Hi, welcome to my first video on the channel. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my gaming setup and just kind of commentating as I do it. And I hope you guys enjoy the content, and let's get started. Alright, so at this part, I just got a cube, the default cube, shrunk it down, and I'm going to extrude it and make the legs for my desk. So I just elongated it, or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to duplicate it 4 times, make the legs for the desk. So at this part, I just got a plane and kind of scaled it up, trying to make it the right size by scaling on the axis, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. You know what I mean. But then I realized you can't scale it on the z-axis, so that was kind of annoying. So at that point, I just deleted the plane, got a square, scaled it down on the z-axis, and scaled it up on the x and y, and just made it a rectangle so it would fit the desk. So at this point, I spawned in another square, just scaled it to the right size of like a rectangle-ish. I was making a cabinet, so I just scaled it down so it's about the right size of my cabinet, duplicated it so I had 2, and was done with the cabinets. So at this part, I just got another square and scaled it down, went into edit mode, and extruded it until it was kind of the shape of the handle on my desk. So here, I was going to make the drawer for my desk, so I just got a square and scaled it down and made a thin rectangle for the drawer. And then I just put it on the bottom of my desk and grabbed one of the vertices in edit mode and dragged it out so it kind of ended in a diagonal. So I now have the desk done, and this is what it looks like, and now I just need to work on the keyboard and stuff on top of the desk. So here, I just got a square and kind of scaled it down until it was about the right size as a keyboard, and then I used the bevel modifier and curved out the edges, and then I stopped working on the keyboard for a little bit. So for the mouse pad, like the keyboard, I scaled it down until it was about the right size as the mouse pad, and then I used the bevel modifier and curved out the edges. So it is time for the mouse. So at first I started with a circle and tried to see if that would work, and I turned up the vertices way too much, and my computer didn't like that for a minute. But yeah, so after my computer chilled out and the blender almost crashed and I almost cried, I got a cylinder and I just made, I think I used like 12 vertices, and then I just made it like the basic shape of the mouse. So the mouse wasn't the best. It definitely wasn't the best part of the build. So here I actually didn't show it because the clip was way too long. I tried using a subdivision modifier and a bevel modifier to make the mouse look a little bit more rounded, but that wasn't working at all. So I just got the edges of the mouse and kind of tapered them down. So it is time for the monitor. So I got I just blanked on what the name was. I got a cube and I scaled it down, cut it in half with the loop cut tool. I think that's what it's called. Something like that. I cut it in half, and then I grabbed one half of it and extruded it one way diagonally, got the other half, extruded it the other way diagonally, and made the base for the monitor stand. So after I extruded the bottom of the base in the middle to make it so it looks like it's holding up the screen, I got a cube and scaled it down until it was thin so I can make it the screen for the monitor. After that, I just duplicated the first monitor and rotated it a little bit for my second monitor. So this is basically, I just need to add the microphone and microphone stand, and yeah, but then I realized I forgot my desk has like kind of metal walls surrounding it all. So I just got a cube and smushed it down until it was thin, like the monitor screens. And if you guys didn't understand what I meant by the desk walls, you'll see in just a second. So now it is time to add the buttons on the keyboard, which I actually almost forgot. I was almost just left the keyboard how it was and made it look like a weird rectangle thing. But yeah, so I'm almost mad that I did remember, because this took forever. If it wasn't for the array tool, it would have taken a lot longer, but even with the array tool, it still took a while. But yeah, I tried to make it look as close to a keyboard as a kid. I just kept glancing down at my keyboard, looking at what it was, and yeah. Alright, so here it is, the keyboard. It took forever, but it's done. Luckily, I can edit it down and speed it up so you guys don't have to see. But yeah, here is the keyboard. So it is time for the microphone. So I just extruded the cube diagonally and horizontally and put it about right where my face would be, where I would be talking into the microphone. And here I started making the microphone itself. So to do that, I just got a cylinder and gave it a lot of vertices so it's kind of smooth. And then I rotated it and scaled it so it would be about the right angle that my microphone would be. And then I got a smaller cylinder and put it on top, and a bigger cylinder and put it on the bottom. And got two Tauruses actually. I did not think I'd be using any of those things in this project as the shock mounts. There it is done. So now all there is left to do is lighting and put textures on it. So I did the lighting, and then I totally forgot to record the textures. So here it is, the final project, the final picture, whatever you want to call it, it is done. And yeah, so what I didn't record was I put like an HDR or whatever, and I think that's what it's called. Sorry if it's not. It's the background, the whole 3D background thing that the desk is in that you can kind of see in the recording. And then I also added a plane under it and gave that a material, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Here's a good look at it, and I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe. This is my first video on the channel, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.